Fight Night Abu Dhabi is this Saturday, and today I will be going through the fight card and giving you my predictions and breakdowns for the solid fight night we have ahead of us this Saturday evening for you boys in America. Let's get started. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to do quick picks before the Bryce Mitchell fight because I didn't get to look into him as much as I wanted to because I've been very busy this week. And I wanted to get this video out on a Thursday night. So I'm going to do quick picks and quick breakdowns for the first few fights. I'm taking Boudet. I just don't see a pure BJJ guy going out there and beating Boudet with a solid base and a guy who trains with Tom Aspinall. My main argument is he trains with Tom Aspinall and he's 13 in the UFC. Moving on. I'm taking Stephen Gwynn against Muhammad Yahya. The only reason Yahya is in the UFC, in my opinion, is because he is from the UAE. And Stephen Gwynn is actually a solid fighter on the feet. Moving on, Billy Elikana and Ibo Aslan. Billy Elikana will quickly dismantle Ibo Aslan by taking him down to the ground and out grappling him very quickly. Tabitha Ricci versus Amanda Ribas. Tabitha Ricci is probably an industry plant. She has won, I think, two super close split decisions in a row that probably shouldn't have went her way. Baby Shark. And Amanda Ribas is a solid veteran women fighter in the UFC, but I'm taking Ricci because this will be a close fight. They're going to give it to Ricci. Moving on, I'm taking Davy Grant against Damone Blackshear. I think Damone is actually going to be a little outpaced here by old Davy Grant, the good old crafty vet, the old tough alum. And yeah, I just like Davy Grant in this spot. I think Damone's kind of a prospect that really shouldn't be that much of a prospect, and I think Davy Grant will get him out of there. He won't get him out of there, but he'll win 29-28, 30-27. Carlos Leal will sleep Muslim Salikov. Muslim Salikov is old and slow. Carlos Leal is still pretty young, very powerful, and looks like a promising prospect in the welterweight division. Will probably be a solid top 10 fighter for a while once he gets there. Under a year probably. And Salikov, he's too slow. He does a couple of flashy things on the feet, but Leal is super powerful, and I think he will find a shot and knock him out within the first 2 rounds. All right, guys. Oh gosh. No. Hold on. My face cam. I forgot to hit float on top, guys. That's my bad, guys. Okay. Now, we got Bryce Mitchell and Said Nurmagomedov. I'm taking Bryce Mitchell by unanimous decision. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a 29-28 win for Bryce Mitchell, the boy. I can't believe the UFC thought, which it was a good idea. Bryce is a great guy. Say what you want, but that dude has a big heart, and he is a guy who loves people. I can't believe they're letting him fight in Fight Island, UAE, Abu Dhabi. I cannot believe they did that. But I love it. And all these interviews. It was cold in there. It was a cold day in the gym. But yeah, I got Bryce losing the first round, probably getting pieced up a little bit, may start off slow. But Said has a terrible gas tank, and I think Bryce, in the second or third round, will get a hold of him and be able to control him on top. Bryce has a nice top game. No, pause. That's not what I meant, Bryce. That's not what I meant. Said, the only thing I worry about with Said is that Said has very good front chokes, nice Darce chokes. I bet he has a little fun flute in the bag as well. But I like Bryce to control him. I don't think Said is super fast for the flyweight division. I'm very excited to see Bryce fight not the flyweight division, my bad, guys. The bantamweight division. I think Said's a little overrated, man. Yeah, because I think you think of a guy like Jonathan Martinez, who did. It was a split decision, but did he beat Said? I can't remember who won, but if a guy like Jonathan Martinez can beat Said and hold him up against the fence and stuff like that, or he should have won. I think Bryce can do the same thing, and I just like Bryce in this spot. I do. I think he's going to be quite a bit bigger, and I think his cardio will be good, and his striking, he'll be able to hang in there. So I'm going to take Bryce to wear on him in the latter 2 rounds and get the unanimous decision win. Moving on to the main card, we got Nikita Krylov and Bogdan Guskov. Now, guys, I've been thinking about Nikita Krylov and Bogdan Guskov all day. I've been thinking about this fight all day, and I still don't know who I'm gonna pick, man. I like Nikita grappling wise because Elikana was able to control Bogdan for a good amount of time on the ground. And I'd say Nikita's probably a better grappler, but I'm going to end up taking Bogdan. I think Krylov is out of his prime. Why don't they show the age on here? That's stupid, but he's up there. And I think after that shot Reyes knocked him out with, I think Guskov is going to come in there with sharp defense, sharp hands, quick, solid punches, and I think he's just going to catch Krylov at some point. Krylov's probably going to throw a couple little round heel kicks to the face, and Guskov's going to stay calm in there and just not get hit by it. And I think it's going to be hard for Krylov to engage with Guskov because Guskov's footwork keeps getting better every fight. And I just think, even if, Krylov got a round or two, I think Guskov's going to just keep just touch him, as Uncle Chell would say. Bogdan's just going to touch him all fight, and I think he's going to knock him out. All right. Oh, burp. Just had a ribeye and potatoes. I'm excited for this fight, and I'm going to tell you what. I'm picking Jose Ochoa. I was really leaning towards Almabayev this morning when I was thinking about it real hard. However, Almabayev is not that fast for flyweight. And Jose Ochoa is really fast. Because Almabayev is not your, double single leg wrestler. He wants to chain wrestle. He wants to get you in the clinch. I think it's going to be very hard for Almabayev to initiate a clinch and go. I'm tired, guys. Had a long day. In grappling situations with Ochoa, I think Ochoa manages the distance really well with him, and I think he'll tag him a couple times. Oh, there's my cat. I think he may tag him a couple times in the first round, and I think he puts him out in the second round. I think Almabayev is going to try really hard to get takedowns. He may shoot 5 in the first round, get 2. Ochoa pops up from 1. Maybe he gets a little control time in there. But I like Ochoa just to be faster than him and avoid the clinching and the getting pressed up against the fence all fight. I think Ochoa has crazy power for the division, and I see him putting his lights out in the second or third round. All right, guys. The Pirate! Shara Bullet, the Pirate. Shara Magomedov and Marc-Andre Berrieux. Yeah, Shara Bullet's winning. We'll call him Mab. Mr. Mab. He's not that great. I know he's coming off a nasty KO win against Bruno Silva, and that's just not that impressive. From what we have figured out, that's not that impressive. And Shara's just going to be way too fast for him. I don't see anything that Berrieux brings to the table that's going to be able to stop Shara from being fast, quick, and dynamic and out-damaging him and probably likely knocking him out in the second round. That's my prediction. Second round knockout for Shara Magomedov. Marc-Andre Berrieux, the original Marauder. Yeah, he really doesn't have that much power. Knocking out Bruno Silva is not hard. And he brings nothing to the table for a guy like Shara Magomedov, the industry plant himself. The Pirate. The TikTok edit. Yeah, I just don't see Shara Bullet knocking him out in the first round, but I see him knocking him out in the second round. I think he'll start off a little slow, and he'll find the range, and he'll beat him up in the first, knock him out in the second. I do expect a finish, though, either way from Shara Magomedov, and hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it's a cool finish. They should have gave him someone a little bit better, because this fight's just, you can just, if you're not a casual, Shara Bullet's winning. But honestly, I may just root against him for a nice little hate watch. But yeah, Shara Bullet. Moving on to the co-main event. Petr Yan. I mean, he may be the GOAT, guys. Let's think about it now. He may be the GOAT. I'll just let y'all linger on that. He's not. But Marcus McGee is so overrated. And I'm going to tell you why. The only reason he beat Jonathan Martinez is because Jonathan Martinez did not go in for the kill and held him up against the fence. And in the first 2 rounds, Marcus McGee barely edged him out on the striking damage. And that's his best win. And I can't tell you the names of the guys he fought before that. This is, I think, his 4th or 5th UFC fight. And besides Martinez, the guys he beat were cans. They were not good. He's 35. He's a grandpa. Piotr Jan's going to absolutely destroy him. People are saying this is going to be competitive and stuff. I think Jan absolutely destroys him. I listened to the Anna Ken Florian podcast, and Kenny Florian, usually Ken Flo is tuned in on the fights, finger on the pulse. He said Jan's chin just doesn't look the same. I don't know where he's getting that information from and why he thinks that. I don't understand that take at all. But yeah, Jan's just going to style on him. He's so much more diverse. Marcus McGee, the only thing he has is a speed advantage. But Jan is so good at countering and so good at finding his shots. In a simpleton like Marcus McGee, he's going to be able to read him within the first 2 minutes of the fight so cleanly. I predict he knocks him down in each round and possibly finishes him in the third. If not, going to a dominant decision victory like a 30-26 or something. I think Jan absolutely styles and makes Marcus McGee look stupid and makes him look like he never should have been in the octagon with him in the first place. And I'm excited to watch Jan back in the cage. You don't see guys like Jan fight too much, and his style's great. He's one of my favorite bantamweights to watch. And McGee's not boring to watch by any means when he's fighting the cans, but that was not that performance against Martinez did not look good. Fun fact: Jonathan Martinez is from and trains at a place about 60 miles away from me. Fun fact for you guys. Yeah, Piotr Jan absolutely destroys and dominates Marcus McGee Saturday evening. Rainier de Reeder, the goofball himself. Just look at the picture. He's a goofball. He fights like a goofball. He's Walmart DDP. You buy Drekis from like a Neiman Marcus, like a Louis Vuitton store. You buy Rainier de Ritter at Walmart. You know what I mean? You can't even get him on Amazon. He's a Walmart brand exclusive. I was going Rainier de Ritter, but I'm going Robert Whittaker. I think Rainier is getting a little too much hype. And I know we all said this about DDP, and this is what makes me worried because they fight kind of the same. But he's not as skilled as DDP. He's not as powerful. He's very physical, but not as physical. He was getting pieced up on the feet by Gerald Meerschaert. Bo Nichols a can. Kevin Holland's a can. I mean, he just lost to Daniel Rodriguez. And I'm going Robert Whittaker. I do think this fight goes all 5 rounds. And I think Robert Whittaker gets a 49-46 win, if not a 50-45 win. I think Rainier's going to be too slow on the feet. I think Whittaker is either still in his prime or just right on the outside of it. And I don't think Rainier has... I don't think he'll be able to get him to the ground. And I think that's where he wins. I think Whittaker's smart enough to know and quick enough to not be in those clinch positions that much. And I think Robert Whittaker is going to prove everybody wrong because most people are picking RDR. And I don't see, when you just think about it for a second, I was like, RDR probably wins. He's bigger, stronger. Maybe Whittaker's a little bit out of his prime. He'll get in those clinching, weird, awkward positions and beat him up. But I don't see that. I think Whittaker's smart enough to know that. And like I said, RDR, he does have that weird DDP style, but he doesn't have that explosive athleticism that DDP has. And I think that's the difference because Robert's just going to be exploding athleticism all over him, man. All over him. And I think we're going to see a vintage Whittaker performance Saturday night. I'm very excited for this fight. And if RDR proves me wrong, that ends up being a good thing for the UFC in the middleweight division. But I think Robert Whittaker is going to style on him, guys. I think he'll establish a jab. He'll be in and out really quick with RDR. RDR drops his front hand a lot. He wades like this. And Whittaker's sharp And I think he's going to check hook the hell out of him. And I see Robert Whittaker getting a dominant decision win here. I think it'll be a good fight, though. I think it'll be actually a really fun fight. Anyways, guys, I know this was kind of a quick video. I kind of ran through this stuff. I'm trying to see maybe, like, you know, if like the 10 to 15 minute range videos are a little better, which I don't do. I'm not trying to do this for money or anything, but I want viewers. I'm trying to make videos for guys like me who love MMA and kind of don't have much of a life outside of, you know, working a couple hobbies. And one of my favorite hobbies is UFC. I don't know if you consider that. Well, I guess it's a hobby, right? But yeah, this is a good card. The people's main event, man. Bryce Mitchell, my boy, my boy. Hi there. I can't believe they're letting that man fight in Abu Dhabi, man. That's so funny. Well, actually, think about it. They probably love him over there. They love him. But yeah, I don't think RDR's goofiness will be able to get past Robert Whittaker because he doesn't have that athleticism like PvP has. And I think Robert's still right on the outside of his prime, most likely. And I think he has enough weapons to get it done against RDR. But like I said, guys, hope you like this video. Hope you tune in. I hope you like and subscribe and comment. And until next time, bye.